Hello dear IELTS candidates, I hope that you're enjoying following my videos. Please follow and subscribe. Today we're going to have practice for IELTS Cambridge 18 Test 2. After introduction questions, some questions about, introducing yourself, talking about your hometown. It's time to talk about everyday life questions. The first question is, did you like studying science when you were at school? Yes, actually, I like it too much because I learned to learn about environment around myself, learning about animals, plants, planets. It was all about discovering the new things as I was a kid, and it was really interesting for me. The second question is, what do you remember about your science teacher at school? Actually, my science teacher at elementary school was the same teacher for other lessons. We had one teacher and he was really lovely and patient person. Yet most of the time I remember about my middle school science teacher. He was Mr. Nick, very patient and knowledgeable person. Always I remember about his techniques of teaching, always doing experiments in the lab. It was really memorable time and I learned so much things about science from him in the lab. How interested are you in science now? Actually, since I'm an English language teacher, most of the time I teach about IELTS and TOEFL reading text, and those are full of things about science, those academic topics. Every time that I read about science, I get more interested in that when I discover about planets, plants, and anything around myself. I think that it is really wonder of the creation. What do you think has been an important recent scientific development and why? There are too many recent scientific development and innovations. I think that the most important one is about genetic engineering, something that I could say shift the history. Actually, nowadays they can do much things with this genetic engineering, including those manipulating the plants and vegetables and fruit that weren't in the past possible to be agricultured and grow in some part of the earth, but now it is possible to have them in every part of the world because of genetic engineering. And more interesting is about genetic engineering about human and changing the human genes, which is sometimes they say it is like opening the can of worms. Okay, it is time to go to part 2 to the cue card. Let's go to part 2, the cue card. There are too many historical and ancient sites in my country, and it's really difficult to find something that is much more important or interesting than other. Yet today I want to talk about Tabriz covered market, which is called Bazaar. It is located in Tabriz in the northwest of Iran. Tabriz is center of East Azerbaijan. It's the capital of the province. This bazaar is located in the city center near to too many other sites. Actually, there are too many activities to do there, including shopping. Tourists can buy several kinds of souvenirs, including the handicrafts of Azerbaijan, including rugs, carpets, and also there are some local vegetables and dried vegetables and herbs that the person cannot find in other parts of Iran. And the person can try Turkish cuisine in those traditional restaurants with some Turkish culture backgrounds and settings. It is really interesting because I think that when you go there, you forget about the modern life, and it is really interesting for tourists because when they see about this kind of ancient place, they can just remember about how shopping was in the past and how was the culture of that place. And it is really interesting to see that after too many years, it kept its culture alive, and it is really vibrant. And every time in the holidays I go there, I found it crowded and mobbed with the visitors and travelers. So I highly suggest and recommend these places to anyone who wants to visit East Azerbaijan. Okay, everybody, let's go to follow-up questions in the discussion section in part 3. The first one is, what are the most popular museum and art galleries in the place that you are living? Actually, I'm living in a small city and we have access only to one museum, which is really beautiful and located in the park, famous park of the city. It has really nice viewpoint and people can enjoy taking photography there. Also, it has too many things, those historical ones that usually show the culture of the city, and it is really interesting and people can read a little about the history of the city over there. The second one is, do you believe that all museum and art galleries should be free? I don't think so, because it is really difficult to found the museums and the maintenance costs too much, and I think that it is burden for the government, and we know that it could be free only for those local visitors, because I think that it is their tradition, culture and part of their history, and they have the right to visit there for free. But for visitors or for travelers that we know that spending some little money is no matter, I think that it shouldn't be free. What kind of things make a museum or art gallery an interesting place to visit? I think that they are really good places to learn about the history, and it is interesting when you see the related photos or some crafts over there, and when those tour guides explain over there, it becomes much more interesting, and it is easy way to learn about the history and culture of one part over there. Okay, the next question is, why do you think do some people book package holidays rather than traveling independently? I think that for budget-minded people it is really nice choice, because everything is included there for lower price, because it is the package holidays and everything is organized, and the person without any problem about accommodations or eating something, that preparation of food or entertainment, can go there and enjoy every kind of facilities included there. Would you say that large number of tourists cause problems for local people? Actually, from my life experience, I have seen that tourist has been really booming industry, and especially for local people, it is really interesting to meet visitors, as well as they make money, which makes it really profitable for them. And I think that no, it isn't a problem, and most of the time it brings really lots of assets and lots of capitals to those part of the country. Okay, what sort of impact can large holiday resorts have on the environment? Actually, they have always talked about these impacts, including those pollution matters and including other, transportation problems over there, and all those about, destroying the pristine nature. They have always talked about it, yet I think that it is too much exaggerated sometimes, because comparing to those old benefits that sustainable industry of tourists have on that place, it is nothing and it is trivial. Even that pollution, comparing to the big industry and pollution from the cars, it is nothing. Okay, everybody, we are reaching to the end of today's practice. I hope that you enjoyed listening to and watching to my speakings today. It is really enjoyable when I talk about these issues and I share these material with you. You can always pause and speak and practice, then listen to me and compare your own speaking with me. Don't pay much attention to grammatical problems at the beginning, or to those pauses. First try to speak, and as you go ahead, you can pay much more attention to those other points and factors which can bring you much more score. So don't be disappointed at all. You could see progress in yourself with a really good technique of just speaking, recording yourself and watching yourself and analyzing your answer. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to like and subscribe us. Goodbye.